Yo, what is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Small Raider back at it again with yet another video, and today is a really fun one that I wanted to do for quite a long time. It took me some time because I had to do a little bit of research and development. I'm just joking with you guys, but if you guys are watching this video, I should be in New Orleans today for Media Row, which I'm gonna go get a lot of content over there, and it's gonna be a good time. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button if you guys haven't already, if you guys love Raider content, daily content, and just content in general. But with that being said, let's not waste any time. I want to kind of go over the different stages of the offseason and do what I feel like I would do if I was the one running the show, if I was the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. What moves would I make? And I'm gonna try to keep it as realistic as possible, and also, you know, kind of think about the coordinators that we have, the head coach, so on and so forth, and kind of take that into account of some of the moves that I'm gonna make. Now, I'm not gonna go out and just spend all the money in the world, and I'm not gonna go over every single dollar amount because I know the Raiders right now have somewhere around with 95 to 100 mil of cap space going into the offseason, but I know a lot of that is gonna be used to bring a lot of the people that we have coming back, because we have a lot of free agents on the team right now, and we got some important ones that we're gonna have to bring back. But first and foremost, I want to start off with the Raiders team needs. As of right now, before we sign anybody or let anybody walk or make any moves, the Raiders have a lot of needs on this team, and it starts with the quarterback position. That's going to be a really important one for this team moving forward. AOC is not going to be the answer, and I doubt that Gardner Minshew is going to be here, but quarterback is going to be a big need. Running back is going to be a big need. A true wide receiver one. We're going to need a guard, a right tackle, an edge, just to add more depth to this team. Maybe some players on the defensive line, linebacker position, a free safety, strong safety, heck, even a cornerback, man. We damn near need almost every single position. But I feel like it's not going to be out of the realm of possibility for this team to make a lot of moves to help turn this team around. Now, looking at the list, we got a lot of big names here. We got linebacker Robert Spillane, tight end Harrison Bryant, Trevon Merrick, Kayvon Chason, John Jenkins, Marcus Epps, Malcolm Kuntz, Andres Pete, Cody Whitehair, Nate Hobbs, Divine Diablo, Alexander Madison, Adam Butler, Janoris Robinson, Amir Abdullah, and Isaiah Polamau. I know there might be some other names out there, but these are, I would say, the most important ones here. Now, the players that I would bring back for sure. One, linebacker Robert Spillane. He's a guy that we have to keep in the building. He's been a guy that's been showing out for the past couple of years, ever since he signed with this team. So I'm bringing back Robert Spillane. I'm bringing back Trevon Merrick. Yes, I know he's going to be a big name in free agency, especially in the secondary. And I think we should just keep the players that we brought in-house. I know that Javon Holland's going to be out there, but if I had to choose, I would rather bring the guy that we drafted over here in Las Vegas. I'm going to bring back edge Kayvon Chason. I'm going to bring back Malcolm Kuntz. Even though he was out all season last season, he's a guy that we definitely got to keep on the roster as well. I would love to keep as much homegrown talent as we can on this roster. So with that being said, I'm bringing back Nate Hobbs. I'm bringing back Isaiah Polamau. I'm going to bring back Adam Butler because he showed out last season in a big way, especially when Christian Wilkins went down. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring back Amir Abdullah just for the simple fact that we can use him and special teams and as a third down running back. Now, everybody else, you know, Harrison Bryant, John Jenkins, Andres Pete, Cody Whitehair, Divine Diablo, Alexander Madison, Janoris Robinson, and Marcus Epps. I'm sorry, but I'm going to let them walk. I know Marcus Epps is a name that a lot of people would love to bring back, and even Divine Diablo, but I feel like we could go out and get some talent elsewhere. Now, moving on to some trades and cuts. One name that I'm going to have to cut post June 1st is quarterback Gardner Minshew. I don't think his time over here in Las Vegas really was that great. I didn't think he had much to work with, let alone he didn't look too good over here. I think he'd be a better veteran elsewhere. So I'd wait till after June 1st to cut him. I'd also cut Carter Bradley, and I would cut running back Zamir White. Hasn't really done much for us, and we can go into free agency and into the draft and add more running back depth to this team. Now, one person that I would possibly put on the trade block is Michael Mayer. Yes, I know we could keep Michael Mayer, and I'd be totally fine with that. But if we could get some value in return for Michael Mayer, I don't know what we could get, but if we could get somewhat of a third round pick, at least, at most, I guess, for him, then I'd be down with that. Or, you know, if he's a key piece to help us trade up in a draft somewhere, then I do that as well. Now, let's look at free agency. There's going to be a lot of options out there for the Raiders, and I'm going to start with the quarterback position. Straight off the top, I've talked about it before, and I'm going to talk about it again. I'm signing Marcus Mariota to a veteran minimum deal to Las Vegas. Bring him back over here to the 9th Island, reunite with Chip Kelly as well as Greg Olsen, and for a really cheap option, and for somebody that could come in and at least be a backup as well as a mentor for whoever else we bring into this team, I think he'd be a perfect option. Now, another quarterback that I wouldn't mind going out there and trying to spend and bringing over here would be my number one quarterback in free agency is Justin Fields. I think under Chip Kelly's offense and knowing the potential that he has, and he's still young, I think the sky's the limit for Justin Fields, and he'd be a great option over here in Las Vegas. Now, as an honorable mention, I have Trey Lance. He's a guy that I would love to bring over here too. He'd be on a cheap deal as well. Low risk, high reward type of move. I still feel like he has potential there. So if we don't go get these other guys, then Trey Lance could be a name to look out for. Now, let's look at the running back position, because that's where we're going to need a lot of help in. And I'm going to go out and sign the number one running back in free agency right now, Aaron Jones. He's a guy that could come in, plug and play. He could be that number one running back that we need in Las Vegas right now. And everywhere he's been able to go to, he's been excelling, at least being a 1,000-yard rusher. And he also provides a lot of help in the passing game as well. So Aaron Jones would be the running back that I would bring in over here. Honorable mention would be A.J. Dillon. Now let's look over to the wide receiver position. This is going to be really huge as well for this offense. Everybody's talking about T. Higgins, and I know that there's other wide receivers out there, but I'm going to get a guy that has a little bit of experience and has a relationship with our new GM, John Spytek, and I'm bringing Chris Godwin over here. It's going to be a little expensive, and I know that he's coming off of an injury, but when he's healthy, he's a guy that could be somewhat of a border wide receiver one. I know a lot of people might not like this, but we got to bring in a veteran wide receiver to pair up with Jacoby Myers and, all these other young wide receivers that we have on the roster right now. Doesn't mean that we're going to be done here, but he's definitely going to be somebody I would bring in right now as far as this mock off season. Looking at the offensive line, I'm going to bring in one guard, and I'm going to bring in an offensive tackle, primarily on the right side of the line. One guard that I really have my eyes on is Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, a guard that could come in and be a plug and play player. He can be a guy that could step in and just start right away. He's still young, the potential is there, and knowing how much we need help on the offensive line, this is a position of need where I wouldn't mind spending as much as we can. We have a lot of cap space this offseason, and the offensive line is definitely going to be a position that I want to spend a lot of money in. But Trey Smith is one guy, and James Daniels is an honorable mention. Now, a right tackle that I would want to bring on, I know Colton Miller is getting up there in age, and there's going to be a lot of options out there, but one guy that I honed in on, a veteran, someone that's a little bit older, but has a lot of veteran experience and could come over here on a 1 year, maybe 2 year deal. Morgan Moses, I'm signing him to the offensive line. Now let's look on to the defensive side of the ball. I only have one defensive tackle because we already brought back Adam Butler. I know Christian Wilkins going to come back as well, but I'm looking at Calais Campbell, an older veteran that still can get it done, and is going to be cheaper than a lot of these other guys. So don't come at me. I'm just looking for guys with experience, and that could be a complementary piece for this team. Now, looking at the edge position, there are some guys that I would definitely want to go out and get. I just didn't sign him yet. I feel like right now with Caleb Von Chason, with bringing back Malcolm Kuntz and having the players that we have on the roster right now, I think we'd be okay. But two honorable mentions that I would put out there. I didn't put it on here. I'm not saying that we're going to sign him, but Josh Sweat is one guy that I would want to bring over here from Philadelphia, and Khalil Mack, somebody that we all are familiar with and who I would love to see here in the silver and black once again. But let's move on to the linebacker position. That's another big position of need for the Raiders. And the top name that I'm going to be signing is Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, of course, another guy that's up there in age, but has a lot of experience and also has experience playing with Pete Carroll. And everywhere he's been able to play at, he's been excelling as well. Even with his old age, he's still playing like he's a young player, and playing for the Commanders, man, he's done a great job this past season. Now, another name that I feel like is going to cost a lot of money, but I'm not going to sweat it, is linebacker Nick Bolton. If we could get somebody from the Kansas City Chiefs, somebody that, can get the job done, as well as hurting a rival team, I'm all for it. And Nick Bolton is a name that I would love to bring over here. Now, looking at the cornerback room, there's a lot of options there for the Raiders. There's a lot of young talent, even veteran talent that we can go out and bring in, as well as, having guys like Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs on the team right now. You got names like Byron Murphy, Sante Samuels Jr. We got Carlton Davis III. But one name that I'm going to bring in is Chavarius Ward. I think he can come in and easily be the CB1 for this defense. So with that said, that's all the names that I have for free agency. Let me know if there's any other free agents that you guys would rather have. I know that there are safeties out there. Like, you know, Talanoa Hufanga, Javon Hollins is a big name out there. But with us bringing back Isaiah Pulamau and bringing back Trayvon Merrick, I think we'd be okay at that position for now. Moving on to the draft, man, we're going to do 5 rounds for you guys, man. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. And I'm going to try to address some needs that I didn't address in free agency so far and people that I haven't brought back. So we're going to go fast. We're going to go 5 rounds with the Las Vegas Raiders. Most likely Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders will not be here, but let's see. They got Travis Hunter here, but I know for a fact he ain't going to be here. And looking at the list that we already kind of had here, we already got a number 1 running back. We already got a wide receiver here. So you know what I'm going to do? Well, we got Chris Godwin over here. We can either go Mason Graham or we could go Tetairoa McMillan or Will Johnson and solidify the cornerback room, which we don't have to go there. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, this is going to be kind of hard. Between T-Mac or Will Johnson. You know what? We're going to go T-Mac. Let's go and solidify that wide receiver 1, add him with Chris Godwin, add him with Jacoby Myers and the rest of these guys. So I think that's a good solid start for this team. Jahdae Barron, if he's still here, which I highly doubt, that's the guy I'm going to go with. Which, you know what? I might go in that direction. I know we can go and get Jackson Dart, Jalen Moreau, but I'm going to wait a little bit because knowing the people that we have here, I'm going to go get Jahdae Barron to be a safety over here. DB that can do everything. So I think that's 2 solid picks. T-Mac, Jahdae Barron. I really like it so far. Ooh, Jack Sawyer. Add another edge right here. Ooh. Oh, but I'm looking at Will Howard. Let me see if Will Howard's still going to be there for my 2nd, 3rd round pick. Let's do this. I'm going to do that. Let's go get Jack Sawyer. And I'm going to go get Will Howard. Let's get it, baby. Now, I wasn't really too high on Will Howard. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but with us bringing in Chip Kelly, there's a strong possibility that the Raiders can actually go and wait for Will Howard. He's a guy that has all the tools and weapons to be a quarterback for the future. But since we got Justin Fields right now, we don't have to draft a quarterback really high. So far with the picks that we have, we got T-Mac, Jahdae Barron, Jack Sawyer, Will Howard. I'm loving the moves already. Running back, Cam Scatterbo is not going to be here, yo. But one guy that I really do want to get is going to be coming later on. Let's see. What cornerbacks are still available? Ooh, Kobe Bryant. We got some linebackers here. Jeffrey Bassa. I'm going to get Jeffrey Bassa. Huge pickup for the linebacker room. We just need a lot of depth there. And if my guy's still here in the 5th round, he could be there still in the 4th or 5th round. A running back I really love in this draft is Devin Neal. He could be a great change of pace running back, a future running back for this team. So those are the players that I have right now, Raider Nation. Let me know what you guys think. I got T-Mac in the 1st round. I got Jahdae Barron in the 2nd round. I got Jack Sawyer, Will Howard in the 3rd round. You know, we solidify the edge. We solidify, the quarterback position of the future. We got Jeffrey Bassa and Devin Neal. So with that said, though, Raider Nation, let me know your thoughts on this whole offseason so far. Is there anything that you guys would change? What grade would you give me? You know, looking at the roster right now, I look at the quarterback room. I don't know what I'm going to do with AOC yet. I know having 4 quarterbacks on a roster is not really ideal, but you got Marcus Mariota, Justin Fields, Will Howard, AOC as of right now. Running back room, we got Aaron Jones, we got Devin Neal, we still got Amir Abdullah. Wide receiver room, we got Chris Godwin, T-Mac, Jacoby Myers. We still got Trey Tucker over here. And then, the rest of the positions, you guys already know the deal, man. Like I said, grade my whole offseason. What do you guys think? Is this team good enough to at least make the playoffs next year? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Until the next one, this is your boy, Small Raider, and your boys. Yeah.